So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending in which time zone you are. My name is Martina Pfenninger-Lepage.
And my name is Martina Heidvogel.
In the name of the organizing committee, we would like to welcome everyone to the symposium, and we are excited to spend the next 2 days with you as we look back and forward in our field of contemporary art conservation.
The response to this event has been overwhelming, and we're excited to share that almost 600 participants have signed up. In the audience today, we have people from 46 countries from all 5 continents, of whom about 20% are students. This impressively demonstrates the high interest in the conservation of contemporary art and the desire of our community for exchange, discourse, and connection.
We also like to welcome our speakers and panelists who have committed time and preparation to enrich our discussions in the next 2 days. And we would like to thank the members of the advisory board who helped to review the abstracts and compose the program. Caroline Wohlmann, Christine Frohnat, Sanneke Stickter, and Gunnar Heidenreich are representatives of fellow contemporary art conservation programs, and they will walk you through the topical sessions of our symposium.
And we want to thank our symposium's organizing team, consisting of our colleagues Dörte Döring, Kerstin Linder, and Camille Oedegaard, who've worked tirelessly on bringing you this wonderful lineup of speakers.
We are proud that the symposium is an Inca-affiliated event. There will be a speed mentoring session prior to the program tomorrow, organized by the Inca Steering Committee. It is an opportunity to meet with established professionals in the field. If you have signed up, an email from Inca has been sent to you this morning.
The Bern Academy of the Arts is embedded in the larger institution of the Bern University of Applied Sciences. We feel very honored to have Professor Dr. Sebastian Wörwag, the president of the Bern University of Applied Sciences, to open this symposium for us. Sebastian, may we hand it over to you?
Well, thank you, Martina. And dear ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Bern University of Applied Science, I truly warmly welcome you to our international 2-day symposium, Contemporary Art Conservation Revisited. This symposium takes place on the occasion of the 20-year anniversary of the Contemporary Art Conservation Program at the Bern Academy of the Arts at our university. Welcome to all of you, and it's truly impressive to see something like 600 experts from all around the world, 46 countries, 5 continents, to join within this symposium. Within the next 2 days, we will reflect on evolving roles and practices in the field of contemporary art conservation. Today's discussions and reflections on contemporary art cannot be separated from the current discussion of human condition in a moment of crisis and transition. Crisis not only regarding the deadly strain of the coronavirus across the world. In times of great societal changes and global uncertainty, consequences and relevance of artwork appear in a new light. Considering being in a moment of transition, both in the art world and in the social, economic, and political world, we might agree to the point that this period will redesign the way the art world works. The pandemic, the climate emergency, demographic change, digital transformation, and so on, will change the way we look at things. The test of time will be more meaningful, going deeper, taking more time to digest and contextualize. In this situation, art allows us to examine what it means to be human and what the human condition is, and moreover, in what society we are living in. Given the context of societal transformation, also conservation of contemporary art has a great social significance. As the current crisis and transition will affect our collective cultural memory, it's the responsibility of conservation to preserve that memory. Cultural memory is of great importance in situations of social destabilization and insecurity. Emil Durkheim noted that societies require continuity and connection with the past to preserve social unity and cohesion. And both social unity and cohesion is maybe one of those things that we lack in the current situation. Memory, cultural memory, is not a purely individual construct. There's a collective memory which is mediated and constructed by social arrangements. Therefore, collective memory is always a mediated memory, a product of the interplay of experiences conveyed and manipulated through practices and media. Both of them transfer as well as transform memory. In this situation, the mission of conservators is not only to prolong the physical life of objects or of media in the face of inevitable change, but to conserve the collective memory and cultural significance of artwork for present and future generations. Thus, we are not only talking about terms of sustainability of materials, but of sustainability of cultural significance as a collective heritage. The cultural significance resides in the conceptual intention of the artist within his or her cultural context. The aim of conservation is to seek and preserve that conceptual intention in terms of truth. What is truth within artwork? According to the philosopher Martin Heidegger, truth is a property of being itself, property inherent to the work of art, which constitutes, according to Heidegger, authenticity. Therefore, the mission of conservation is to seek for an understanding of what the work of art in particular consists of, based on concepts of essence, quiddity, and identity. Most probably, we will all agree that essence, quiddity, and identity cannot be measured in relation to an absolute truth, since each interpretation will be determined by a cultural and contextual background. Therefore, as the work of art is part of our cultural heritage, also conservation is part of the cultural heritage. It's a cultural product comprising the valuation of the artwork. Conservators must know these values, while also affecting them on some occasions. Given the fact that also conservation is determined by a cultural and contextual background, it seems necessary to study the different paradigms on which the ethics of conservation can be based. The traditional paradigm of scientific conservation, although still valid, cannot be the only one. It is no longer only the matter of the artwork that is restored, and in the face of new situations caused by the artists themselves, conservators need a new code of ethics. In the ethical paradigm of performance, the core of the work is the concept. In this paradigm, the artwork is understood as a more or less detailed set of instructions which specify what is really important. Thus, also the re-edition, rematerialization, and also reconcretion of the idea would be perfectly acceptable. In current discussions, also the paradigm of death of the work of art has to be mentioned. In this paradigm, there's a new situation. The acceptance of death of the work, not only of matter, but of what the artwork really is. This paradigm gives a new focus on temporality of contemporary art with the question, for what future society are we preserving contemporary art? And what if there is no such one future society? This discussion might refocus our attention towards the present. Author said in words of Sanchita Balachandran, the most immediate responsibility is to engage, care for, and nourish people of the present. According to the changing significance of contemporary art conservation and taking into account these variations of paradigms and ethical values, we do see changes in roles and practice of conservation. Therefore, the symposium will not only look back on the past 20 years, but we will also reflect on obvious shifts in the field of contemporary art conservation, which compel us to define or maybe redefine our roles and question existing structures and modes of operating. I'm very happy that this international symposium can take place in these days. It's thanks to many organizers, as we have seen Martina and both Martina Heidvogel and Martina Pfenniger, and the whole team of organizers to whom I would like to give my deepest thank. You guys have brought in a great piece of work. Thank you very much. Now let me wish for all of you a whole lot of stimulating discussions and new insights in the development of contemporary art conservation. And with that given, I'd like to open the symposium and thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.